Everyone. My name is Tina Dlamini, presenting on the project Climate Smart Farming and Value Addition of Bio-45 Beans, which is a project between Ypard Eswatini in collaboration with Rural Grown Farms. The brief description of the team: we are being led by Miss Ngosepawa Manyatsi, who is a dynamic young woman, supported by Mr. Tina Dlamini. Lastly, on our leading team with Mr. Tina Mavuso, who will be leading more on the production of Bio-45 seed and grain. The problem that we have discovered that there's massive quantities of food in the kingdom of Eswatini that's being going to waste, while Eswatini spend more than 93 million US dollars annually importing sugar beans, which is an imported crop in our diet as the people of Eswatini and Africa. Africa in total spend more than 35 billion per year importing food in US dollars, and this food each will be producing local in Africa. Therefore, looking at a solution in terms of our process from farm to fork, we look into the production of Bio-45 seed by rural grown farm and then distribute it to smallholder farmers, youth and women specifically, to ensure that they produce grain that will be taken throughout this value chain. Then moving on, the farmers then, after producing, they need to do some post-harvest handling to ensure that we come with good quality of Bio-45 grain. This Bio-45 grain will then be taken into value addition under the rural grown farm model. So in this model, we'll have bean jam, cooked frozen bean, and bean soup. With this bean jam, we are ensuring that there is nothing that goes to waste after the farmers have done some post-harvest handling. For example, the split beans can be value added and processed into bean jam, as well as we cook froze and ensure that we minimize and ensure that clients and customers doesn't waste electricity, which is imported in a challenge in most African countries. Therefore, over the years, we've done some nutritional analysis just to compare and look in terms of the value that this Bio-45 bean jam will add into the food system and nutritional status of Africa. The nutritional analysis revealed that compared to other jams that are available in the market, this bean jam has high protein content of around 3.2 grams per 250 mils. Therefore, this is a nutritive jam that we really need. Recently, this jam have been taken to some clients in Malawi, which gave a feedback to say, beans for healthy and wealth, watch the space, innovation in agribusiness. Indeed, we are innovating and changing the narrative in agribusiness. Moving on to the project targets. The project seek to help contribute to the livelihood improvement of youth and young women farmers to help them serve the country and Africa to be food secure. Rural Grown Farm model seeks to be the leading institution for Ignite Youth Agribusiness Center of Excellency using the case of Bio-45 bean production and value addition. We are targeting to work with youth and women farmers, private companies like Eswatini Water Development Company, Nisela Farms, to mention a few, as well as non-governmental organizations like the World Food Program, which we are working with them on their school feeding program to ensure that kids get nutritive food at all times. Lastly, food agriculture organization to ensure that we push the agenda to ensure that farmers utilizes climate smart farming technologies to push Bio-45 agenda. Moving on into the key technical routes, we seek to train at least 50 youth and young women farmers on the first year on climate smart farming and Bio-45 bean production, and then the produce from that farmers will be value added. At least we are looking forward to 40 metric tons of Bio-45 beans per month to ensure that we value add them into bean jam, cooked frozen beans, as well as some bean soup. Value addition is the way to go, especially Bio-45, because biofortification means there is added nutrients in the product. Looking in terms of the challenges that farmers face, currently, we're facing a serious problem of changes in climate condition. Therefore, promotion of climate smart practices amongst farmers is a very integral thing to ensure that we minimize losses at all levels. Another challenge that farmers face, it is the issues of poor storage condition that end up facing a number of molds and aflatoxins, which are very dangerous to anyone who is consuming this grain. Therefore, value-added processed products such as the bean jam and bean frozen is important to ensure that we move every produce from the farmers and this store in this collection center, then value added into high value products like the bean jam and cooked frozen beans. Moving on to the product justification. Indeed, there is an urgency on the need to rethink our food systems as population rises exponentially to more than 10 billion by 2050 as it is estimated. And if food lost and waste is tackled now, an additional 2 billion people will have access to food. In a time where the whole world is recovering from the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as the current Russia-Ukraine war, which is still going, there is a need to value add biofortified beans into products with high nutrient contents, longer shelf life to ensure that we minimize food losses. Moving on to the key milestones we've achieved in the past, we've done a number of sensory evaluation, we've produced a number of the biofortified seed and promoted to a number of farmers, and we seek to continue to do a lot of nutritional analysis so that we get ready to take it to the global markets. Activities that are key include market and promotion of these biofortified beans among smallholder farmers, especially youth and women, educate and build their capacity to ensure that they understand the importance of value addition. Lastly, our project budget looks into an investment need of $77,000 that will be injected into building a community processing unit which will be closer to these farmers. Then we fence and put for smart farming, as well as we look into digitalization and training and capacity building of these farmers. SEAT and PAPRA contributed $13,000, which we have already used in terms of procuring key equipments, and this $77,000 will have a return on investment of 43.96%. Let's love pulse it for healthy diets and planet. I thank you.